Okay, what we have here is a visualizer, it's called. As far as I'm aware, it scans a document and projects it up on a screen or something like that. I think they're used a lot in schools. I'm not 100% sure. Digital presenter, it says there, but the customer calls it a visualizer, and I've heard that term thrown about a few times. They said the problem is the power button. It might work once, and then it might need 20 more presses for it to work again. So press it there, and we get a blue light. Let me zoom in here so you can see that control panel better. So press it, we get a blue light. Press it again. Maybe you need to hold it there. It's off. Press it again. On. Hold it. Off. Okay, it's working every time for me. I don't know if that's good or bad. Oh, see, it's off there now. That button must be sticking. Okay, that's something. Yeah, now it's doing nothing. So we know there's definitely an issue with that button. At least that's a bit of a relief that we're not stuck with some random issue that we can't replicate. So yeah, that button seems to be definitely sticking. So I'll disconnect power from that. And you open this from the bottom here. There's 4 large screws. Hopefully no hidden screws, but also this thing's quite heavy. There's quite a bit of the weight in this. I'm assuming there's weights here to hold us down, but in case you're wondering why I'm being so gentle with it. Yeah, I'll start removing these screws here. I'll get a Phillips 2, I think looks like the right size for that. So that's the 4 screws out, and assuming we don't have any hidden screws anywhere, which is not always a safe assumption to make. I'll get a better spudger here, one that's a little less bendy. There you go. Now we're getting somewhere. I'll turn this thing around now and do the other side. Oh, there we go. So I'll take that off the end there. So this is what we're looking at here. This is the button. So this is the power button here. Thankfully not too bad. I was expecting it to be one of those wee small buttons with a little thin copper plate, but thankfully it's not. These will be easier to replace if need be. Let me just test the resistance in that switch, because if it is sticking, we'll be able to tell by the resistance. Let me do beep mode first just to see what's... Right, okay, so we're waiting on these two to... There we go. So the resistance on these 2 pins, 10.3 kilo ohms, and what about the rest of them? About the same. Yeah, it's about normal. Let me see if we press it a few times, what does the resistance go to? So when it's pressed, it goes down to 1 ohm obviously. Now it's showing normal. Every time I release the button, it goes back to 10.3. So according to this, it should be working fine. There shouldn't be any need to be pressing it 10 or 20 times to get it to work, which is weird. That's quite strange. Let me see, was there any damage to this button that was making it stick? No, that button looks fine too. Interesting. I don't have any of these buttons in stock to replace this, so What I might do is try to clean it with contact cleaner, because as I say, according to this multimeter, it's working fine. So I'll spray some contact cleaner on it and see how we get on. Now this is the ordinary electrical contact cleaner, so we don't any non-special for this. I just press that a bunch of times, and that'll hopefully clean out any dirt or debris on the contacts in there. There we go, now we've done that a few times. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to plug this back in now, and we can test it like this with the cover off. So press it once, power on. I'll give it a few seconds, see the power stay on, and then I'll hold it and see as it go off and try and work it that way. Alright, so that's on there now. If I hold it, just press it actually. So it must take a wee bit of a time to start up, and then press it once, turns it off. So press it once, turn it on. We'll give it 10 seconds, say. Press it again once. Yeah, try it again. Give it 5 seconds. Press it. So does it take 2 presses to turn off? Give it 5 seconds again. I can hear the camera doing something. I'm sure if I could see on the screen, it might make it a bit easier to figure out what's going on, but I don't have any of these C video or VGA video things set up, and I'm not going to bother with that. So maybe the camera can pick us up. I'll try and bend this maybe my camera can pick us up, but I'll try and bend the camera neck on this, so hopefully the microphone can pick it up. When it's turned on, we'll give it 5 seconds. And you might hear a wee click there, as if the camera just like moved the shutter. Now I'm going to press it one more time, and you'll hear like electrical kind of a wee light, very light hum or a buzz. And then once that happens, pressing this button once will turn it off, but you have to press it for that to happen first. So I'll press it. Or not, actually, see, I don't know how this thing works. I thought I had it all figured out there. So press it once, turn it on. Heard the click there. So we are still having an issue then. I wonder if I replaced a button, maybe one that isn't used very much. I might text the customer and see would they be one of these buttons they don't use, or would I have something with a button like this on it? I'll check that first. I'll check do I have anything with a button like that on it. You know what, actually, yeah, I do. This is a motherboard for a PS4 controller, circuit board for PS4 controller, that I had lying there for spares, and I just remembered the big button in the middle is nearly identical to that. It's a bit smaller, but I'm just going to replace it and it should work fine. I see this one's, oh yeah, oh they're all a bit shaky. That's fine. I'll just do that. I'll put this one on there and we'll see is it working or what the problem is. So disconnect power. First thing I'm going to do is remove this one. And how we'll do that is I'll heat it from the bottom because I don't want to damage the switch itself. So let me get my wee circuit board stand. So I'll use this wee thing here. And I'll just put this in there. Now using my hot air gun, I'll set it to about 400 degrees. And full airflow. So just underneath the area where it is on the board, I'll heat that up, and then the heat transfer will melt the solder points. If you put direct heat on it, you'll end up melting that plastic button there and the plastic body of it underneath the metal. And obviously we don't want that. There we go. Now that's that off. Now I'm not going to use the heat gun for the visualizer because that's just too much for that. What I'm going to do with that instead is take that off with a soldering iron and some low melt solder. It'll be as least destructive as possible. So I'll get some flux on these points here. And there's a wee tiny resistor there too, so you need to be careful that I don't want to end up taking that off by accident. But yeah, we'll go with the low melt solder. So we'll just mix in some low melt solder around these 4 contact points on the switch. Try and get those to mix in. So I'll go back to this other side. There we go. So that's that off, that's the old switch off. So a wee bit of flux on there. And I'll wick that off with a bit of copper wick. There we go. So I'm just going to clean that off now, that old burnt flux, with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on a cotton bud. See, it gets rid of all that out gunk off it there. Right, now time for the new switch. I'm wondering, do we need maybe run a couple of wires here to, you know what, no, it might be fine actually. Yeah, it might be fine. So what I'll do first, I'll actually just add some leaded solder to 2 points on this and get that to anchor the switch, and then I'll do the rest. Alright, a little bit more flux in there to get that to flow properly. And work some more soldering as well. Oh, ended up moving the switch here. There we go. I'll do this other side now. There we go, let's give that a wee scrub there. Isopropyl alcohol and toothbrush. Yeah, everything's clicking properly. And now just what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the resistance on that switch, because we were looking at 10.3 with the last switch. So we'll see what this one is. So this one actually has a resistance, yeah, exact same, 10.3. Good stuff. So we can actually test this now. We can plug a power in and see what's happening with it now. That cover's on properly. Press it on. And let's see if you can see that light there. Wait about 10 seconds. About that, press it. Off. On. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off. It's all working fine now, so I'm just going to put these screws back in, and yeah, I think that'll be it. Right, so that's all the screws back in, everything's back together. Power in, and hopefully you can see this light here. It's on. I'll wait about 10 seconds, and we'll see as it turn off with one push, not 20. Try it again now. Off. Back on. We'll wait again. Oh, off. Yeah, that's this working now. That's the issue with the power button fixed anyway. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully somebody learned something from that. That if you do need a push button like that there, you don't have any in stock or you don't know where to get them, you can just get them from an old PS4 controller like that. So yeah, I'm going to end the video there now. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.